金もない学もない先行きすら真っ暗いこの街に生まれ落ちた時点で未来なんてない光はあるのかそりゃどこかにはあるかもでも未だ迷子迷路どの道を行けど曲がり角割れた窓なく赤子の声が響くこのゲトマジヘドが出るぜ俺ら飛び出すその先へとだけど未だ抜け出すことできないまるで卵の殻に閉じ込められてるよな真っ暗闇
暗闇暗がりそこら中にジャンキーそらシラフじゃいられないし皆が疑心暗鬼あれも罠これも罠ならばまずは守らなきゃな自分の見え暗いは自分で愛騙し合いバカし合いデッドライン殺し合いこんな終わり見えな負の連鎖から抜け出したいたとえどんな手段使ったって俺はこっから這い上がってみせる邪魔は時ない行くぜいつもと
Yeah そうだなでもトラックなんてブッシー銃を弾くよりも言葉ラップだけが武器磨きかける才能常に目指す最高それが唯一この殻ぶち壊せるって回答銃も薬も所詮ひとときだけのそのバシの木逆に沼にはまり落ちてくだけよりひどいそれよりも唯一の武器はやっぱこいつと信じ言葉ピッツに叩きつける日々をスピット先が暗いならば火つけるから構わないそのカラーも壁も磨き上げた武器で全て突き破る
Red Ribbon Army. Picasso is back. Enock is back. Jony is back. And we're here with the first official episode of the Red Ribbon Army. The last 3 hour and 55 minutes or however long that John was kind of just the introduction to see like, hey, this is the type of people we are. This is what we're into. As you see, we go deep. But starting off, we're going to hit in the actual anime that we're going to talk about for this episode. But first, we got to talk about that Broly trailer.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm glad we opened it with this. First of all, I just want to say thank you, Akira Toriyama, for finally making Broly canon after all of these years of just looking at my mans on the sidelines yelling out Kakarot. He's finally out here. He's got a squad with him. And most importantly, the art and the animation on this movie is absolutely fucking clean.
Oh my god.
This is the animation that I wanted to see out of Super. This is exactly the animation I wanted to see.
Oh, for sure. I completely agree with that.
I hated Super's animation, but this is exactly what we wanted. At first, when I heard they were redoing the Broly thing again, I completely didn't like it. I thought it fell in line with everything Dragon Ball Z's been doing as far as pandering to whatever characters they already made that people wanted to see more of.
Frieza.
For example, Frieza. For example, Broly. For example, Goku being moved in the limelight. For everything, like, the direction Dragon Ball Z's been going for a while is, alright, who do you guys want to see more of? It's like, we like Frieza, alright, 9 more Frieza sagas, and whatever. And in a way, it kind of is. Not in a way, it 100% is that, so I should be mad at the movie just by principle, but I saw that motherfucking trailer, and I'm not gonna lie, that shit looked nice.
The cool thing is, I think the way it's going to work out is this is supposed to be the Saiyan origin story as well. So in some way, Broly and his bloodline, and then like Vegeta and Goku's bloodline is supposed to interact with like Frieza. So they're going to break down like the history of like the original like Saiyan god. Like somehow Frieza's race is like interacting with them like historically. So we're going to get like a lot of background story of like why Goku is the way he is. Same thing with Broly and like their whole shindig. It's going to be like a lot of background context we never really got in terms of like a lot of these Saiyans, like how they got here and all that other stuff.
I'm excited to see Planet Vegeta so much. That's like the one thing that has been left untapped. That is like rife for good material, and he's finally doing it.
Yeah.
Dude, do you think they're finally going to explain Ascendant Super Saiyan Blue in this? Because god damn it. We're going to give Goku angel powers with freaking Ultra Instinct, but my man gets like a 30-second explanation. Oh, he's more blue. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
He's more blue.
I'm sick of Vegeta.
Bro, they're bluer, bro. What do you mean right
now? Dude, I'm sick of Vegeta getting snubbed like this. As a Vegeta stan, as a diehard Vegeta fan, you can't keep doing this to my mans. After all the character development he's been through in Super 2, like, come on.
He's killing it. I like the two things, just to, like, Super. I kind of didn't mind the art style once they started getting the animation really good, just because Goku and them, especially Goku, like, looked older, just because it was more angular. Like he looked like he was older, but that's just like
Really?
just to me. Yeah, that's just to me. Like I love the new style though.
I thought the opposite.
Oh, you thought it was looked like a
I thought he looked younger because it kind of made him. Given I haven't seen the whole super straight. Whenever I see just clips, whenever I see it, but to me it made him look a lot skinnier and a lot
Oh
more.
wait, are you talking about the new style?
I'm talking about the super
Oh,
straight.
okay, yeah, the super style. Okay, yeah.
I think it depends on who is directing the episodes and stuff like that too, because I think some directors did a way better job and than other animators and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Like the one dude, his name starts with the N. Give me a moment. I'm gonna try to pull up his name because there's like one guy every episode that he animated like for Super was just perfect.
Nana
And I want to make sure.
Shimura.
Nah. Start with the N. I'm trying to remember. I'm about to pull this up right now because I need to know who's. Just need to shout him out on this podcast.
While he's looking that up, I do want to say my the biggest negative to me from the trailer is you kind of touched on it before. Is why the fuck do you keep beating this dead horse as Frieza? Like I don't need like the trailer was great and it let in and you saw in big words Vegeta versus Broly. Oh shit. Goku versus Broly. Oh shit.
Frieza versus
Frieza versus Broly. It was like, all right, so now you just hitting random on the motherfucking Budokai Tenkaichi. So you're just throwing names against the wall now and just running that great saga, which is the original Frieza saga, the Namek saga, into the ground.
It's such a double-edged sword.
Overexposure.
Because Toriyama is always just like his editor is always the one who's like, he's like, hey, you remember Brawly? Like, have you read that interview where he was talking about it?
Yeah, I did.
I haven't seen it.
I read the interview.
Well, yeah, it was basically like, yeah, or Toriyama was like, yeah, I totally forgot about Brawly, but my editor was like, yeah, you drew this guy. He's like, oh, okay. So, and then Toriyama was like, I could rework this into something interesting, and that's what he did. That's basically Dragon Ball. His editor telling him things that people want or people like, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
I know that's when everybody starts to complain about Dragon Ball too. It's like what we were saying on the last episode about how like all the Dragon Ball Z was supposed to be focused around Gohan, and then one of his editors came in and was like, "You got to bring Goku back."
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
It's good and bad though, because it got us three forms of Cell. It got us I'm sure a lot of other stuff I can't remember, but it also got us, Gohan being a little cuck baby.
I am mad at Gohan being a cuck, but I respect that that's the direction they went with it, and they they did that semi well. I don't like with the actual direction, but as far as how they did in it, they didn't do a bad job with that. I'm not mad at it, but I forgot what the butt was for that. I like Gohan.
I still like Gohan.
He could have been so much better.
dude.
Dude.
You could find a little time.
I like him as a person.
He was a good person. He was super.
He ended up becoming such a cuck though.
He did. But I respect that that's the direction they went with him, and I understand it.
Yo, but when he
there's peace when Goku's gone.
The first time when he and Goku were fighting Piccolo and Tien before the Tournament of Power, Gohan went full savage mode on Tien. You remember that?
Oh yeah, he beat that ass. I was so hyped. I thought we were gonna see more of that in the Tournament of Power, and then we ended up not. I don't understand why they would make Gohan the leader of the team. That had like zero significance. They hyped him up so much before going into the Tournament of Power.
We were gonna lose without Gohan.
Wait, where's Tien at power wise in this point? Because he's Tien.
He's still weak as fuck compared to in the Tournament of Power.
Gohan should be watching Tien. He's Tien.
Maybe Cell level now. Maybe.
Nah. Wait. Okay. What Cell? What Cell?
Cell is like
I would say imperfect Cell.
Because
he's like an imperfect Cell strength.
Imperfect Cell. Yeah.
He could not take perfect Cell. Perfect Cell would still beat Tien's ass easy. But I'd say like imperfect Cell. Yeah.
Wait, what's Skinny Cell called?
I think he's just called Cell.
And imperfect Cell is buff Cell.
Yeah.
Big ass Cell.
He cold his ass into the ground.
Alright, but this isn't Dragon Ball Z podcast. This is a motherfucking Devilman Crybaby podcast. And a few days ago, well, first of all, for the first episode, we weren't going to go into Devilman Crybaby. I was planning to go on something maybe a little bigger that more people would have seen already. But I took Enoch and Johnny specifically's recommendation from last episode, and I watched through Devilman Crybaby. And first of all, if you haven't seen it yet, the only thing I have to tell you, it's really good. Go watch it. It's worth it. It's a short time investment. Do it. But from here on out, there are definitely gonna be spoilers. So pause this podcast now and come back to it after you've seen it.
I just want to say right now to any of our viewers who have listened to Nate's recommendation here and my recommendation for the last podcast, I'm so sorry. You've probably just suffered a huge psychological trauma. We're sorry. I warned you it was going to be fucked up. I told you multiple times it's not good for your mental psyche. You're probably dealing with a lot of issues right now emotionally. And the world probably seems really shitty. But guess what? It's Devilman Crybaby. We're here. Everybody is dead.
Yeah.
Satan, kind of gay.
Whoa!
Definitely.
Wait, let's build up. Let's build up to that a little bit. First of all, initial reactions when I watched it, because you guys saw Devilman Crybaby before last episode, right? I know you did, Johnny. Enoch, you saw it before last episode?
Yeah.
Alright, so this is my first time watching through Devilman Crybaby, and initial reactions going through the first few episodes, I love the art of it. One of my favorite things of the whole show, if not my favorite part of the whole show, is my fucking niggas, man. The niggas with the ciphers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they had bars.
Favorite. Dog, as far as characters, I love that part. I love everything about that shit. Niggas is going in fucking Japanese or whatever it was.
Tight.
Niggas beatboxing. And as far as even how the characters panned out, love them.
Yeah, the lyrics were amazing.
Makes it all more tragic at the end.
And
Man, what? I didn't even know what it was. That sounded like a little Italian, but
and
Shit.
if you listen to the raps are like kind of goes with the story. Like,
it does.
which was crazy to me. Like re-looking at them.
They're talking about something. One of my main thoughts going through the first few episodes was I was surprised, and initially it was a big negative for me. Going through the first few episodes, it was like, oh, this is moving pretty fast, and they're not really doing much as far as like development or anything like that. Like they're introducing a lot of characters and a lot of main shit. Like, a lot of moments that you could tell this is a very pivotal moment, but they didn't build enough to it for it to like really feel like a pivotal moment. And I didn't understand that until I finished the whole thing and realized, oh shit, this little 10 or 11 episode season is the entire story. So they're trying to fit like all this shit happening into one story.
Yeah, 10 episodes.
Because because originally I watched a shitload of anime, and like a lot of it has kind of similar themes that pop up. Whatever nigga gets some type of powers, and you see him struggle with it, and you see him like kind of try to learn how to really be in control of it. It seemed like, what's main nigga's name?
Oh,
Fudo?
Yeah, Fudo. Akira.
Fudo. And the whole time, the first few episodes, it's kind of hard to like gauge how well he can control it. It seems at first like he turns into it and he has no control at all, and then like the next time he's talking while in it and fighting and has full control and saving people, and it's kind of hard to gauge like, all right, how much control does this nigga have, because he just turned that shit yesterday, and now he seems like he seems comfortable and like he's been in this shit for years. And like when you contrast him with I'm forgetting her best, Miko and Judo, whatever the other run nigga is, they didn't seem to have as much control with it as he did originally. So it's kind of hard to see like they skipped a lot of the, I don't want to say fluff because they have a purpose. They skipped a lot of that and said, all right, main moment. And now that I'm finished with it, I'm not mad at it. I understand it. Perfect. But dang, dog, when you hit episode like 7 or 8, and like you really start to see like how shit gets rolling, I gained a whole new respect for the show. I understood it. It was worth going through.
It scales up so absurdly quick. Like once
It's
I would say after the 3rd episode, I was like, oh wow, this is a brand new show. From like the 4th episode, I was like, wow, this show really picked up. And I thought I had already like seen the massive change. Like I was already cool with what I thought the show was going to become by like episode 4 or 5. And then by the time you get to episode 8, you're like, your soul is just so exhausted.
This is beyond me. What was the track episode? That was when everything.
Yeah.
To me, it was like
That was when everything kind of hit the fan. You talking about when I'm kind of talking like I don't want to give spoilers. We're past the spoiler part. We can say whatever the fuck we want. So you're talking about when I'm terrible with names. What's the main nigga's
When the
name?
main dude turns into a bull and just starts killing everybody in the track, and then they walk.
When Judo turns to a bull.
Yeah.
When what's the old dude's name? White dude. Satan.
Satan, Lucifer, Satan. I don't know.
It's
Satan.
I thought his character name was something.
Rio.
Rio has his plan to out what's his face in the track event or whatever, and then said, "All right, Amon, you're gonna kill him afterwards." Which he has a lot of faith in Akira just being stronger than every demon because he nigga just got them powers.
I mean, he purposefully,
kill this demon.
he purposefully gave him the Demon King just so he would accept his powers. That's why he took him to that rave to begin with.
Yeah, but still, he just turned that. Like, you don't know how well he can control it and shit like that.
Oh, he don't give a fuck. He gotta get his shit done.
Satan, bro. He don't really get.
Yeah.
He's not a
When I first realized how dark the show really was fucking. I was confused for a little bit after this episode too. Was at the airport.
Oh.
When fucking.
His parents.
Yeah, that was the first real dark moment. Was when his dad turned to a demon and killed his mom, and he came into the hangar and his mom's face was there. He's talking to him. He's like, "No, I'm already dead." And his dad pops out all crazy and he has to kill him. And it's. I was like, "Oh shit," because that, like Johnny said, like that's a very left turn from how it was before that.
Yeah.
Or what you thought the show was gonna.
Yeah, that's the other thing about the show too. Is like the nice moments in that show are so nice. Like. The pleasant moments of Devilman Crybaby just like gets you back into like childlike innocence and like true love and all these like really really nice tropes that I feel like is like tough to hit in anime these days without being cliche.
Like a real nice
and Devilman Crybaby seemed to do that, and it makes the darker moments so much more dark.
Yo, what it makes it really hit home because it spends the first 4 episodes or whatever. Kind of like in regular life, in reality life, like some shit you guys should relate to. Like you're whatever, a high schooler and you're obsessed with fucking or just trying to figure out what's going on with you and track or with you and whoever and trying to find out where you are. So it's like it comes from like a real place. And then when it takes us like crazy dark moments, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of the contrast of that which really makes it like really
remember the coach. I remember I think it was the first episode because they would like pan on the coach in the wheelchair for a couple seconds and
was he in a wheelchair?
He was in a wheelchair or maybe a regular chair or something.
I didn't realize that.
And he just his tongue came out and he ate a fly. It was like not a human tongue though.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. They never came back
that came out of nowhere.
They keep panning to most of the pan to him, he's just staring at the fly, looking at it, not paying attention to practice at all. And like the one time his tongue came out, and it's like, I'm sleeping.
And then the Black Sabbath happened. I was like, oh, okay, y'all got me. Y'all threw that in there. That's what I liked about it. Was
the Black Sabbath.
Kept the it did not feel out of place. If that makes sense, like the Black Sabbath happened. I
follow.
Or like, when he turned into a demon on the track and started eating everybody and just everything went left.
No chill.
It felt,
yeah.
And I guess that's just a credit to the director, especially. The director did an amazing job. The writers, director carried it out.
Yeah.
The colors. That's because Johnny was talking about the nice moments. The colors were real nice, bright colors. The sounds were real nice, pleasant, like outside having a good time. And then the dark moments, dark ass colors, distorted animation shapes. Like it was the director, whoever he was, I don't know. He killed it.
One scene that exemplifies that a lot that I was thinking about in terms of just contrast of like the nice moments and colors is when my one dude was trying to hit on the one girl from the track team that like lived in his apartment building. Like she ended up becoming one of
Oh
the
yeah,
beasts too.
Miko.
Not Miko, the other chick.
Miki?
Miko. They both had the same name, but
Oh yeah, yeah, yep,
Miki
yep.
was Miki's the main
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah,
They both
Miki's the
became
main girl.
Miki,
You
but they
talking
called
about
her
Miko?
They
Yep,
called her Miko.
yep. Yeah, when dudes was hitting on Miko and he was like trying to win over her heart and stuff. I thought those
One of my
moments were
favorite
nice.
scenes.
Yeah,
Sweet
when she was like
raps.
planting, watering the flowers or whatever.
Ooh.
Then the
Okay,
yeah.
hold up. So that brought up kind of my biggest question that wasn't answered through the whole. What happened with him with Butterfly? Because it showed, it showed when Miko was getting comfortable with being a devil man too, and she was kind of going crazy, and like there was one scene where she was coming out of alley, and you could see her as in her devil form, kind of climbing up like spider like between two buildings in the alley, and in the bottom you saw half of old dude's hand because you saw his tattoo. It said fly, like because the shit said butterfly, whatever, and half of his hand was like cut off on the ground, and then like you went back to her place and there was a dead body in her room, or like the feet of a dead body, you could tell. And old dude's shades were in her purse and shit like that. So it's like, oh shit, she killed him and she ate him, whatever. And then niggas kind of popped up again at the end and didn't explain that. You follow what I mean?
Yeah, I think he was just in the cut killing people though. I don't think like in
Yeah,
context of
but
what the whole like show was about. I feel like they didn't want to focus on him too much unless it was like related back to Miko. Like unless they were trying to play with her
it,
emotions. I felt like he was more of a foil for Miko to show that
but
she
no,
is
I'm
like
saying,
human.
yeah, I get his purpose in there. But I'm saying they
Like what
killed him
literally happened.
in the show. Like they literally killed him. Like his hand was cut off, and you could
Yeah.
tell she was going away. Like she just killed. They alluded to her
Yeah.
killing him,
Yeah.
and like they showed his dead body in there, and then he came back at the end, and they didn't explain it.
Maybe he got possessed or something? Did their body got
I
possessed?
think he became a beast.
Yeah,
That's what I thought. I thought he became a devil man.
yeah, but I didn't think. But that's not necessarily how that happens. You don't like they don't chop niggas up. Like his body was chopped up and he was dead. Like his dead body was actually dead. Usually like the devils possess him and then like and that's how you become. But you don't get like chopped up and shit.
Maybe
Was that him getting chopped up? I don't know if that was him getting
Yeah, because
chopped up.
it definitely was him because what they showed half of his hand and his tattoo was on it.
Huh. I'd have to go back and watch that to confirm that, but I'll just like
And like and while at near the kind of the ending scenes when they were in Miko's house and Miki's house, and Miko was there, and Miko dropped a purse, and that nigga shades came out, and one of his cipher niggas, the short black dude with the dreads, saw it, and that's why like after the broadcast happened when Rio outed Fudo, and the main rap nigga had a gun on Fudo's head and was like, I forgot what he said, some shit, or I'll shoot you or some shit like that, and then the old dude, little black dude, took out his gun and tried to shoot Miko because he put two together, figured out Miko killed
yo, yeah,
Butterfly.
yeah. You're right.
And and after that, like he turns to the left, and Butterfly's just standing right there with a hat on. So I'm like, wait, what? What the fuck just happened? They didn't really explain that at all.
I thought both of
Like
them. I just like assumed both
they
of
made a
them
moment out
teamed
of it though.
up for some weird reason because they both liked each other, and it seemed like they were gonna work together in some way before like that whole like massacre happens.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but after, but during the massacre, they went two different directions because she helped Miki and Fudo, but he turned on him. He turned on his own niggas. He killed some of his own niggas.
Yeah,
Like he killed the other black dude with the dreads, and the little black dude with the dreads turned on his niggas too. Which like I get that makes sense, but I just don't know what. Maybe I missed something,
Maybe
but that seems like it doesn't really make sense what happened in Butterfly.
maybe it was just because it was only 10 episodes. Maybe the script got a little messed up. Maybe he was supposed to be possessed too.
nah. With the one season show, they would have done that on purpose. There's a reason. There's for sure a reason. I don't think it would.
There
So,
definitely is a reason because they made a moment out of both. They made a moment out of him coming back. Like they definitely, there's definitely something I'm missing there.
yeah, something worth to go back and watch for sure.
Yeah,
All right, my question for you guys: Darkest moment of the show. What's your opinion?
When Miki died, bro, my heart.
Oh God.
Oh
Oh
my gosh.
God,
Especially
that
because
that
it was everybody was coming after her at that point. Like her own friends, even the other rappers. Like everybody was like, it's like everybody turned. That was the moment
most
when I felt.
most of the rappers helped him.
But it sucks.
Yeah,
that
that's
even-
what sucked. It was like they were all using teamwork to try to get him out. Well, it was like half of them. The other rappers were trying to kill Miki. Like, and
Two of them were trying to kill. The nigga that came back and the little black dude was
Killed
trying to
their
kill
own
him.
and that's wild.
And the rest of them trying to help.
Like even that right there is crazy. Like the rapper dudes from the beginning,
Yo,
half of them were trying to
What,
kill
the
Miki.
rapper, one of them killed his own nigga. That shit was stabbed him in the back. It's like what?
That's what I'm talking about. That's Butterfly that I was talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And yeah, that moment was dark, man. It was
Yeah.
good. The whole human thing.
But there's a lot of moments that are dark.
Bro, but Miki represented hope in that show. Like Miki represented like no matter how fucked up this gets, as long as like we still have each other, we'll be able to find a way. And then when she died, I was like, what's the point of me even watching the next episode? I literally laid in my room. It was completely dark because I was just watching like the show, and I just couldn't. I needed like a 30-minute break after that episode where Miki died. Like before I could go to the next episode, I just waited in my room like alone for 30 minutes and just absorbed that, like absorbed her death. Like it was powerful.
Well, more than her death, just the entire episode, the entire what everything that fucking just went on.
Yeah, especially
Ish.
with Akira like running
Yeah.
back to try to get to her. He was like, it's like you felt like we were starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel when he was running back. And he's like, I just need to get Miki, and then we're done. Like, it's like we can start to get some form of closure. And then they just kill her.
I knew it wasn't gonna get time.
I did not even
When they pulled up and they had a rapper dude in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And she saw like a little bit of hope. He's like, oh shit, thank you, he's here. And they open the door and he falls out and he's dead. It was like all hope just dropped. I was like, oh shit, she's gonna die.
Yeah. That was so sad.
I was like, oh, I literally felt my heart sink there. So I might be with you with that. Enoch, what you think? Darkest moment.
To me, the darkest one was the end, where everybody was dead.
Woo.
Oh, because Satan did
The
get.
very, very end?
All the demons, all the devils, all the human, everybody's dead except Satan. And then
But I mean, God was like about to do atonement, so like Satan was about to get wiped the fuck out as well.
here's the thing: I researched it after a little bit because I was like, what is this? What did I just see? I need explanations. And okay, but you saw Akira, and then it panned down, and you saw it was just half of him. That broke me.
Yeah.
But then
That was like, oh shit.
I went back and looked,
I was broken before that.
and
Bro, that was so sad. Satan was sad.
yes, it was a punishment. But this thing, God was doing this to Satan apparently like over and over. Like this was a time loop. Him casting him down, all the demons.
Oh,
Them
that makes
coming
so
up.
much sense.
Akira.
Like the White Bear episode of Black Mirror.
But even in the beginning of it,
You know.
even like the way that like the whole show starts off, if you go back and watch episode 1, like if you look at like Satan's birth, like he comes into that jungle, and then they eventually go back there in episode 9 to like realize that like he's Satan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it does loop. It's like the whole thing is cyclical, and like Satan does it to himself every time. But the only difference this time is that Akira existed in that space and finally like affected him because like Satan loved Akira.
Here's the thing. I think.
Well, I think that kind of goes into what Enoch was saying, was like each time that this whatever, God's sending another Akira.
Yeah, he always falls in love with
Like this
somebody.
same thing's happening over and over. Yeah, he's falling. That's the punishment,
Wow.
and having that loss,
Oh my gosh.
and knowing that loss is his fault.
Oh,
Like just
wow.
like White Bear off what's face.
That's crazy.
That's why that was the darkest to me. Cause I was like, wow, like God is. That's not cool,
A
dude.
dick.
That's.
It's ridiculous how many. It's ridiculous how many darkest moments this show has, because mine's different to both of those two, but both of those are still
Yeah,
high on my all-time
There's
dark
so
moments
many.
list. But mine's when the dad pulls up to
oh
the tent
no.
and opens that shit and
Oh,
his son is eating his wife. And it spends like 5 minutes of him trying to fucking get it together so
Mm.
he can do what's right. And like, dog, those moments where he was just sitting there, he just broke down, dog. And I was like, oh my god, what if you saw that? What if you saw that? That is crazy. And knew what you had to do. And then he's bawling, crying, and everything. And then people are fucking going crazy because they know devils are alive or whatever. And like the military people behind him, and he turns around and they shoot him up and shoot his family up and everything. And knowing like, oh shit, Mika has to find out about all this.
Yeah, I felt bad for
And
Akira
it's like,
because he had to keep that a
I was like,
secret.
oh my god.
And
Oh, he told him. He told Miki as soon as he saw her.
I felt bad for the mom too, because it's like the only reason why she went into that tent was because like she knew her kid was messed up, and like she was trying to protect him, and then he ends up killing her.
Mm.
How about fucking that moment when you realize your kid is a fucking devil? You go across the car and your kid tore a dog apart. It's like, oh shit,
He was a little kid,
my
man.
son.
It's-
And she has to leave her family and everything. That's she imagine being in that.
It was
Oh my
terrible.
god, man! There's
How
so
they
many moments like
they
that in the
built
show.
up to it.
There's so many moments.
They
in the show.
because you were talking about how the first couple episodes moved fast, and the first couple episodes were pretty not lighthearted, I want to say, but definitely just kind of like, oh, this is an anime, you know. And you would see
Yeah.
glimpses of the kid like doing weird stuff, but it was just
Yeah.
presented
Yeah,
as like
though.
kind of not inconsequential. And then when it actually happened, then it's like everything
It kind of makes
it
sense.
clicked.
It kind of makes sense. They like alluded to it.
It was the whole time it's been happening. We hadn't even been paying attention, and and it was right there.
I don't know. This show is like stabbing you in the chest repeatedly. It really is.
It is.
Like as soon as Akira's parents died, I was like, oh shit, damn, they stabbed me in the chest with that shit. They're like, nah, we just started. We just
Start.
started.
Hold my beer.
And it was like, hold my beer, and it's bang, 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 stab after stab. One thing though, Miki is probably up there with one of my favorite anime characters. She is literally exactly what I want my daughter to be. She's the perfect person to me.
She's pure.
Yeah.
She's pure and full of love, and it's like, but she's smart and she handles things well. One of the best moments I think came right after Rio outed Akira and told the world about everything, and then shit really started hitting the fan. When Miki went to the motherfucking Twitter and then let them shits fly, and like and got like support from all the rest of Devilman around, but got all the hate from all the people around him and everything. I was like, that's a huge moment, man. That was so great for Miki. And then not knowing that that's the last thing she really got to do. It was,
That goes back to Miki
that's
being
great.
hope. That just goes back to Miki being
Miki
hope.
being
though.
hope. And oh my god, I can't speak enough of how hard my heart dropped when I realized Miki was gonna die. That was just crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
When she died, bro, my heart. I literally sat in my room like alone for like 30 minutes and was just. I didn't even want to watch the rest of the show. Like I was really debating it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like,
Yeah.
why? What is the why of this series?
Yes.
I need to read
exactly.
But
I don't want to know. I just want it to go away. I'm grateful that it happened, but I want it to go away.
it's gonna stay Johnny's.
Wait, is Nate here?
That's another edit point. You guys still don't know this edit point. Don't really have to tell you this edit point. To you, it was a second. To us, it was like 35 seconds.
It's Ultra Instinct.
A
Baby.
redo. Fuck that up again. Redid it again. We're back in this hoe. Enoch, we were right in the middle talking about Devilman Crybaby, but time constraints. Enoch has to go soon, so let's get right to our sleepers. Enoch's gonna come to you with your first sleeper.
All right, so my
What you got?
sleeper anime, it's this show on Netflix. It's called Kakegurui. It's a gambling show set in a high school for rich kids. It's basically a bunch of fine Japanese women who are gambling. It's real entertaining.
Great
It's
start.
silly. It's serious. And you know, it's just it's only like 12 episodes or something. So I definitely recommend it. If you got time, you guys want to watch something entertaining. That's my sleeper.
Bet. Bet. Spell it again.
Let's see. Kakegurui. Kakegurui. Like if you,
It's worth learning
yeah,
how to spell.
if you're just on Netflix, you'll see a fine girl in a school outfit with a bunch of gambling chips around her, making an orgasmic face. You'll know what it is. Like,
Don't scroll past that.
click that immediately.
Explore your curiosities.
You were right for liking that.
You're right for seeing it.
Yeah.
Johnny. That's actually another edit point. We fucked up a little bit. It's all good. Promise it's the last time. Probably. Enoch had the dip. You heard a sleeper just now. Johnny, what's up? What you got?
I got a show called Food Wars. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This show I did not discover on my own. The show was like presented to me in a humorous manner. I'm not here to support any of the morals nor art direction performed in this show called Food Wars, but let me tell you this. If you're into foodgasms, and you're into delicious Japanese foods, and you're into soap operas regarding chefs, this is the food for you. Think One Punch Man meets Hell's Kitchen. The plot is pretty much about this middle schooler who's going to like culinary school because he just wants to be a chef really badly, and people just keep trying to talk about how hard it is to be a chef and like how good your taste buds have to be and all of this stuff. And this kid is just like a genius, like when it comes to cooking. So he'll just make struggle meals and they'll be really delicious. And then people will have foodgasms. It's very comical and you'll learn a lot. You know, I actually picked up a couple of really good recipes from the first 2 episodes that I might try out, like chicken and sunrise or father and son rice, and like fukaki rice and all of this other stuff. It's really interesting.
Y'all heard him right when you heard before. This nigga definitely said foodgasms. I just want to make sure that you know that that's exactly what he said, and that's exactly what you.
This show's about foodgasms.
The show's about foodgasms.
Be ready.
Hot, beautiful, great. I feel like my sleeper does not go in the same style as yours and Enoch sleepers, because your guys are kind of a little more. I don't want to say uplifting, but like lighthearted, I guess, and kind of just fun to watch. Whereas my sleeper, it's still fun to watch, but it's not lighthearted. It's Black Lagoon, and I'm trying. How do I describe Black Lagoon? Black Lagoon is probably one of the most. I won't say most violent, because I watch some violent ass shit, but it's up there. It's violent as fuck. It's dark, but not dark in a Devilman Crybaby dark. It's not dark in like a. You're not gonna emotionally regret watching it, which is not true for most of the dark shit like Berserk and Devilman Crybaby and stuff like that. It's nothing like that, but it's dark as far as like they do shit to people that you won't really see in regular in your average anime probably. It's not Tokyo Ghoul levels, but it's a certain level up there. It's about this nigga named Rocky. He's like a average Japanese businessman. He's a bitch, kind of a cuck. He's kind of a bitch to his boss, whatever like that. And his boss is wrapped up in some gang shit and sells Rocky to. I don't even know how to explain this. He pretty much Rocky gets kidnapped by some mercenaries for leverage because he works for this businessman or whoever who's very powerful and gang affiliated and everything. Boss man sells him off to the mercenaries. Say, hey, you can keep the motherfucker. I don't care about him, even though he pretty much gave his whole life for him and lives life for him, all that shit. And the show basically follows Rocky kind of staying with these mercenaries. And it's kind of like, let me see how to explain this. The mercenaries are 3 people. One big black dude who's pretty much the exact same character as Spike from Cowboy Bebop. Damn near exact name character. Another white dude who pretty much was kind of in the same situation as Rocky, smart as shit and everything like that. And the third person is this bitch named Revy. And if there's anything about this show that you're gonna like take is that this bitch Revy is one of these. If there's any person in the show, as far as one character that you're going to remember, it's definitely gonna be Revy. That's all I'm gonna say. Get into it, watch it. It's worth it. It's fun. It's gory. Niggas shooting a lot of niggas. Get into it. Black Lagoon. Highly recommended.
Word.
And that's gonna wrap it up for this run. Devilman Crybaby. Ending thoughts. It moves a little fast. I get why it skipped a few things that I think would take it to another level of how great it is. But as far as a 10 episode story, it's really good. It just is. It's really fucking good. There's a few questions that get unanswered, but it's good.
All right. And with that being said, we out this bitch.
Yes, sir. One more time, Kakashi Hatake, Jiraiya Sensei, Guy Sensei, Nathaniel Jackson, Johnny Currian, Enoch, last name starts with an M, Red Ribbon Army, salute, one.